press secretary, Stephanie Grisham, is a clown. And a good example of that is what she tried to do today in distracting the American people from the disastrous impeachment investigation to Donald Trump. Now, I say it's disastrous because it's disastrous for Donald Trump. We now have multiple Trump administration officials testifying against him, showing that there clearly was a quid pro quo, that he did demand an investigation into the Bidens, and he did in fact hold up military aid. But Stephanie Grisham is like, okay, well, let me just go ahead and do this, and maybe you guys will stop paying attention to the investigation. So Abby Phillip, who is a reporter with CNN, said White House press secretary Stephanie Grisham claims Obama aides left "you will fail" notes in offices for Trump aides. "We came into the White House, I'll tell you something, every office was filled with Obama books, and we had notes left behind that said, 'You will fail, you aren't going to make it.'" Now, okay.
So I wrote a note and it said, "You will fail," but I don't know if that really got it across. You're not gonna make it. That'll really sell the message.
Let's do a little bit of pop psychology. First of all, this is complete BS, and we'll go through that in just a minute. But before we get to that, think about like what goes on psychologically with these people in Trump's administration and with Trump himself. Like internally, he knows he's a failure, right? They know that this administration is a failure, that it's complete chaos, that they haven't actually succeeded in delivering on any of the promises to Trump's base. And so like they know they're failures, and this is like a weird way of letting that like self-assessment leak to the public.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's not even like I find it inconceivable that someone working there had left behind a note or something. But I do know that if that had happened, there is no way they sit on it for 3 years.
100%. It would have been day one, it would be
exactly, especially because if you remember, there were stories that supposedly they trashed the place or it was dirty or whatever. It was ridiculous, like there was weird racial stereotypes in there and stuff like that. But they did try to smear the Obamas as they were transitioning into the White House. The idea that they would have left behind this, especially at a time when supposedly they had physical evidence. They could show the note. You can match it up with someone's handwriting or something. The idea that, you know what, they thought about it and they decided, no, in the interest of continuity and respect, we're just gonna bury this one. No, not this White House. They're not going to. They would have shown it.
It's such a joke. So Jonathan Swan made a very similar statement about the validity. He said, and he's from Axios, he said via Twitter, "Interesting, over the past 2.5 years, I've heard no end of complaints to Trump officials about their Obama predecessors, but never has this remarkable detail been mentioned. Would love to see a copy of these 'you will fail' notes." And then finally, a former NSC, National Security Council employee, confirms that it's a lie. And the tweet is, "This is an outrageous lie, I know. I handed over the nuclear office at the NSC, shameless and disgusting." I mean, look, and the press secretary should be fired. No, but this is the trait that Donald Trump loves about people like Stephanie Grisham.
Yeah. There's one other thing too. I don't know if maybe this is going too far, but in that original comment, it said that the notes were left behind, but it also said that the rooms were filled with Obama books. I think, maybe I'm crazy, I think that is subconscious strike back against the conversation that's been going around the past couple of days about Don Jr.'s book and about how it had to be bulk purchased to get up there. I think they're trying to pretend that Obama's book, like the White House just filled the rooms with Obama books, and that's how it seemed like it was a popular book. I don't know. Anyway, if what I just said doesn't make any sense and you want more information on the damage report, I did an analysis of the right-wing pundits bulk buying to get on the New York Times bestseller list, so go look at that video. It's pretty embarrassing. And by the way, it is also interesting to see which right-wing writers did this and which did not, because some actually didn't, and I found it to be surprising.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR, so those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.